Welcome to Grateful American Kids TV. We are here today at George Washington's Mount Vernon, and I am Deborah Colburn, the Interpretive Program Supervisor for our Historic Trades Department. And with us today we have
Sarah Marie Massey, and I'm one of the interpreters for the Historic Trades Department.
And we also have three visitors with us today from Longfellow Middle School, and I'll let them introduce themselves. Come on up, guys.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, I'm Avery, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, I'm AJ, and I'm in 7th grade.
Welcome to Grateful American Kids. So today we're going to be doing two special dishes with our three visitors, and we are going to be getting started here pretty shortly.
So what are we making today?
Okay, well, we are making a curry of catfish and a peas porridge dish, which would have been a side dish to go with that catfish.
What's the first step?
First step is Miss Sarah Marie is going to take you guys out into our herb garden so you can get us what we need for our cooking.
Today we're down at the Sundries Garden, and this is our representation of what basic 18th century herb garden would look like. Now today we're going to pick our parsley right here. So we want to take a little bit from each plant so that we don't take too much from any single one.
Like this?
Just like that. This is the mint that we'll be using for the peas porridge.
Was mint used in many dishes back then?
It was. It was a common flavoring, and they used it in much the same way that we use mint today. It was used in desserts. It was often paired with peas or with pork, but mint was also a medicinal herb. Most often it was used for helping to soothe an upset stomach or sometimes to help people get to sleep. Now we'll use the same technique for harvesting this that we did for the parsley. We want to take some from different parts of the plant because we don't want to take too much from any one area. It's a little harder to pull than the parsley, so you might need to use a little extra strength. And go ahead and put it into my apron.
Was the apron used as like a basket to carry things a lot?
All the time. These are the peas that we'll use for the peas porridge. And Washington loved peas, but they would have been a treat that was only available in the spring and the late fall because peas are a cold weather crop. Now when you're picking peas, you want to hold the plant with your top hand and pull from the bottom so that you don't tear up the plant.
What factors do you look in for harvesting a good pea?
What you want when you're harvesting a pea is a pea that has good thickness to it. So this pea, for example, you can see that it's gotten fairly thick, whereas this one here is really thin, and that tells you that the peas aren't ripe. This pea, on the other hand, is starting to get a little old. You can tell that because it's yellowing, and so this would be saved to dry and plant again next year rather than being harvested to eat.
We're back.
Oh, good. Well, let me see what you guys got.
So we got some parsley.
And some mint?
I have some fresh peas.
Looks like we're well on our way to getting this recipe started. So
Let me show you what to do with these things. So with the peas, we're going to start by taking a single pea. You use the pod and push it with your thumb. And usually it pops right open. Sometimes it's not as easily done. And then once it's open, you're going to use your fingers to scoop out the peas, and then the pods will go in here. All right, so now that the parsley has been picked, we're going to chop it, and the best way to do that is to go up and down and use the blade to go across the different parts of the parsley. Now you'll use the back of the knife to scrape it all together, because if you use the blade will get dull. So just go back and forth between chopping and scraping using the different parts of the knife.
Is this good?
That's great. Now the mint is actually easy to do. I'm going to have one of you hold it in a bundle like this, and then another one is going to take the twine and snip off a piece, and you'll tie it into a bundle, and we'll put the entire bundle into the pot when we make the peas porridge, and later we'll fish it out. All right, you'll hold. Why don't you come over and cut and tie? Don't be afraid to tie it tightly,
Okay.
because you want it to stay together in the pot.
okay, I think the last preparation for the dishes that involves chopping or veggies are our onions. Who's chopped an onion before?
Unfortunately.
You don't like to do it.
Okay. Well, let's start with the basics of how, right?
Use this knife.
I find for chopping, what works best for me is I go like this, all the way through. I'll do this one and you can do the other half. Bit by bit, and then I kind of squish it all back together. And I chop it like that. Runaway bits. Yeah. And there is our onion. There we go. All right, your turn. All right. Okay, great, guys. I think we have our peas and our mint prepped for our peas porridge, and we have our onions and our parsley prepped as well for our curry of catfish. So I think it's time to meet our catfish. Ready? AJ? We have affectionately named him Sam the catfish. All right.
How long does it usually take to cook the catfish?
It's going to take about 12 to 15 minutes. We're actually going to start by cooking the onions and the parsley.
We're going to take a look and see how our onions are doing. Are they cooking up as much as we are?
Thoroughly.
Yeah? Pretty much there? Okay, good. Then in that case, AJ, you can get the water and the catfish. Good. Bye-bye, Sam. Sam the catfish. So yeah, give it a good stir around, AJ, and then Avery, and then AJ, you can add the water.
So the way that this second recipe goes, we're going to put the water in first, and then the peas, the mint, the salt, and the pepper. Then we're just going to let it sit and cook for a little while. And once it's had a chance to do that, then we'll move on to the next steps.
Okay. There we go. So that's going to go right in that pot we just put the coals on.
Which salt or pepper juice? Doesn't matter. Just get like, is this good? A little less.
Wonderful. Okay, Sarah Marie's been working diligently to get the heat up on our fires, and now look at what we got going on. It is a really nice simmer there. What we want to do next is make our actual curry gravy, and so we want to remove the fish from the dish while we're making the gravy in the pan.
To here?
Yes.
Yep, right into that.
Tell me
pot.
when to stop.
Do all of it.
At all up. Great job, sir. Yeah, the smoke it's a lot to get used to. The peas and the milk. So it's just all gonna cook right down on it and simmer away that milk.
Well, a roux is a method for thickening gravy or soup or any other kind of liquid, and there are different ways of making it. We're using one method for the peas here and another method for the catfish. So there is our butter in the pipkin. Now you'll notice that the pipkin is made out of clay. It is not a metal pot or pan. So we don't want to have direct fire on it, but we are just going to allow it to melt here in the pipkin on top of the coals. And then once it's had a chance to melt, we're going to whisk in some flour. Yep, sprinkle it in. Good. And I'm going to put this back over the fire, and you take my place, yes, and whisk it in. Yeah. That is looking perfect to me. All right, so grab the pipkin and come on over here, and we're actually going to stir in the curry now. So the curry goes into here. Whisk. Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
Hot.
Good job. I would think we're not. Yeah, that's right. Keep that in. We'll get the rest of that roux into the skillet. Beautiful. All right, everybody, your hard work is paid off. We now have our curry of catfish and our peas porridge. So allow me to serve you. There we go. Start with our curry of catfish, setting up beautifully.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. Well, I think we are so pleased with ourselves and all the yummy things we've been able to put into our bellies after our many hours of hot, laborious work. I think we're ready for a toast. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Grateful American Kids Rock!
Thank you so much for being with us. You are watching the Grateful American TV show, a video production of David Bruce Smith's Grateful American Foundation. Watch more episodes at www.gratefulamericantv.com. And follow our TV show, radio show, monthly newsletter, and upcoming books at our website, www.gratefulamericantfoundation.com. I'm Hope Katz-Gibbs, your co-host. On behalf of David Bruce Smith and myself, we look forward to restoring enthusiasm in American history for you and your kids. We'll talk to you soon.